to Pica Poco Kitchen. Today we're making Aguas Frescas. Vámonos! There's nothing nicer than during a hot day in your trip to the market making a pit stop at the refreshment section where you'll find the vitroleras, which is the name of the giant jar glasses full of ice and colorful waters with a big old ladle that will pour into a gigantic cup. We love our drinks, we love soda, we love our tequila, mezcal, or beer, but in our heart, deeply rooted, it's Aguas Frescas. And like in anything else, we have many different flavors, many different styles and varieties, but two of the big old classics are Limonada, Limeaide, and Agua de Jamaica, Hibiscus water. Two simple but classic recipes, and today I want to share them with you because these two shouldn't be overlooked. Let's get to it. We're gonna start with the Jamaica, and for that I have in the heat 3 cups of water, and to that I'm going to add 100 grams of hibiscus flowers. I was trying to see how much it is in cups, and I think it is around 1.5 cups. We're gonna let the flowers steep in the warm water until it boils. Here you see me doing something completely unnecessary, which is removing the flowers. I wasn't thinking straight. I will put them back in a sec. But while the water is still hot, I like to add my sugar. So you can add from half a cup to 1 cup of sugar, or even more if you want it sweeter. Right now, it's better to add it because it will fully dissolve in the warm liquid. Taste it and check the sweetness, but remember this is a concentrate, so it's going to be strong. Here I am putting the flowers back, and I'm going to let that completely cool off and allow the flowers to continue release their beautiful color and flavor. And because we deserve it, let's make our serving fancy. So I'm gonna make some hibiscus salt. To that, I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of coarse grinded salt and a few of the flowers. You can use between 6 to 8 flowers. Mix it well until it's a fine salt. You can use a grinder, you can use a blender, a food processor, or by hand, just like me with a molcajete. This salt has many uses. It can be used to season some meats, you can sprinkle it on top of some fruity snacks, or you can use it, just like me, to put on the rim of your drinks. It has a pretty color, it's almost purple. Hibiscus flower is native from Mexico, and it also has different uses, not just to adorn your house. It can be used to make jams, to make chamoy, which I have a short video for that if you're interested. So among of the beautiful edible flowers, hibiscus is one that you cannot miss out on. Here it is, and you can put it in an airtight container and it's shelf stable. So let's get our water ready. I have here my very beautiful jar that I found at a thrift store. It's hand painted in Spain, and the name of the artist is Antonio Ortiz Ruiz. So I'm gonna add 4 cups of water to my loads of ice, and then the 3 cups of the Jamaica concentrate. As you can see, I got overexcited with the ice, so I had to remove some in order for the rest of the concentrate to fit in. If you don't want to make this amount of water, you can just keep your concentrate in a bottle on your fridge and use it as you go. For a little bit of brightness, I like to squeeze the use of half a lime. This step is totally optional, but you know, I'm Mexican, so I have to have lime in everything. Give it a nice mix and it's ready to serve. And to make our drink pretty, I'm going to rub the lime on one side of my glass to cover it with our freshly made Jamaica salt. Now I use some of the ice that I took out before, and now let's pour this delicious, refreshing water. Doesn't it have a beautiful red color? And for the limonada, I'm going to make my version of pepino chia limonada. For that, I need one pepino. And I'm going to remove some of the skin, not all of it, because it not just adds fiber, it also adds a nice greener color. Pepino skin, just like Jamaica, has a lot of antioxidants and it's good for digestion. I should say that Jamaica also is a diuretic, which means that it's good for your liver health and it lowers blood pressure. So there you go. Now, let me share with you this. There's this abuelita myth that every time you cut a pepino, you need to rub the end to the other side of the pepino, supposedly so it's not bitter, which makes absolute no sense. But I just can't stop myself from doing it. It's weird, isn't it? Are you like Michael Scott and me, a little stitious about some things? Is there something that you know it just illogical, but you would do regardless? I don't know, let me know. I like to remove the seeds of the pepino just because I don't love the texture and they're not as digestible. They're completely edible though, so if you want to leave them, by all means. But I prefer to remove them. And now, having my pepino ready and looking at it, it reminded me of watermelon, which, by the way, I've just learned not too long ago that pepino and watermelon are actually primos, or primas, or primis. Interesting, right? Okay, I'm gonna chop it into pieces and put it in my blender. Let's put that aside, and there's no limonada without limon. So let me squeeze these hopefully juicy big babies and get half a cup of lime juice. So depending on the size, these might take between 4 to 8 limes. So just have in mind that you need to achieve half a cup of lime and always buy more limes than what you think you're gonna need. Besides, it's always good to have lime at home. You can use it for everything. Sorry that I yell, I'm just a lime aficionada. Just like my husband would say he wouldn't be surprised if I someday add a lime to my cereal. I wouldn't though. And after all that excitement, let's go back to the blender where we have our pepino and let's add the half a cup of lime juice. And I also like to add my sugar just now since the blender is gonna help integrate it. Again, you can use from half a cup to 1 cup. I'm gonna go for 1 cup of sugar. Let's add 3 cups of water and blend until everything is combined. And while we wait, let's prep some garnishes for our delicious limonada. And to keep it classy, I went for lime and pepino slices. Now let's finish up the limonada. And look, another nice jar. Just kidding, it's the same one. I literally had to empty the other water in my dollar store plastic jug, and I'm reusing the only pretty jar that I own. Hey, you have to get creative. Now, this time I was smarter and I added the pepino lime mixture first. And now, in my favorite part of this water, I add 2 tablespoons of chia seeds. The chia seeds will hydrate, creating this characteristic jelly, crunchy texture. And they also are going to add a whole bunch of new health benefits. So there you go, it's a win win. I like to let the chia seeds hydrate and let them sit there for a few minutes before adding the rest of my water, which are 3 extra cups. Then add the ice and mix well. Now let's decorate our glass with ice, slices of pepino and lime, and we're ready to serve. Pour and listen to it. I love to see how the chia dance all over the place. Delightful. Here they are. It's not yet warm in Virginia, but it's Virginia, so one day is one thing, the next day is something else, or the same day is everything at the same time. But it's already sunny, which is a good start. So let's enjoy these two wonderful waters. They both have a special place in my heart. I think that you can pair them with different things, but they're great. So let's check them out. Mm. Oh man. There's some tartness, definitely very floral, but unique. I think this would pair well with some tacos, with something strong and bold. This would dare to compare it with a nice glass of red wine because it's strong on its own, but it pairs well with other strong flavors. A classic. Now this one, it's my take on the classic, very popular in this format, style, I guess. I love limeade. I was watching a video and I know that Cubans also drink limeade. Now, because we call it limonada, sometimes when you come to the States, it's kind of confusing when you ask for a limonada and it is actually made of lemons, not limes, which we grew up with limes. We love limes. I love limes. It's one of my favorite fruits in the whole world. Makes everything better. But it is definitely different than lemonade. Lemonade is sweet, a little bit tangy, but in my opinion, it doesn't refresh as good as a nice old limeade, limonada. Mm. Mm. And with the pepino, it makes it even fresher. It brightens it up, and I absolutely adore the texture that the chia seeds bring into the picture. This is my favorite version of limeade, but I also like a classic. So I want you to try this one and see what you think. Please adopt these two classics of Mexican refreshments. They are wonderful. Now that the warm weather is coming, I think they're gonna be your allies. So until next time, I hope you have a good one. I hope you give them a try. And if you like these recipes just like this video, please share them with your friends. Like, subscribe, and be notified. And for more, follow me on the socials. Salud, amigues!